Hey everybody, just thought I would share some really interesting things that's happening with me at the moment. So if you've been following my YouTubes, my channelings, you'd know that I've said I was going to go to this aeroplane that's close to where my parents have moved to. My parents moved to Blenheim from Christchurch in New Zealand. And this aeroplane is here that actually was the aeroplane where reporters went up in December 1978 and recorded and got film of UFOs that were flying over Kaikoura, which was completely unexplained. At the same time, I also had a UFO encounter, but I lived in Kaipoi, which is north of Christchurch. And I was watching this documentary and it was saying that the UFOs were first seen in Upper Hutt, which was at the bottom of the North Island and around Christchurch, Wellington area, and then in Blenheim, where I am now, and then the UFOs travelled to Kaikoura and were searchlighting, like they had searchlights going down, almost like they were trying to find something, a home or something. And then the plane came round and filmed them, and as it went back to, I've only just found this out, when it went back to Christchurch to land, the UFO followed them and then stopped following them when it was nearly at Christchurch. And the funny thing is, Kaipoi, where I was a little kid and I saw this UFO, is just north of Christchurch. And I'm like, okay, this is really getting interesting, because the telepathic information, I only had one telepathic message given to me when the UFO was hovering outside my bedroom window, and just before it took off really fast, I got this message in my head saying, "We've found you." And then I was thinking to myself, being 11 years old and a very sensitive 11-year-old, hypo empathic, always crying. I was thinking, who am I? You know, I'm nobody. So there was more to that story. I'm going to do a recording about the whole thing. I'm blown away, because for all these years I was thinking, okay, so it was in Kaikoura, so why did I get to see it in Kaipoi? And now that I know that in the documentary they said that it actually followed the aeroplane to Kaipoi. So I was now thinking maybe it started off in Blenheim, because here I am now in this time in Blenheim. My parents actually live here now. We didn't know at that stage back in 1978 that my parents would live in Blenheim. And then it went to Kaikoura, searchlighting, thinking maybe it would find the house. And then it ended up seeing the aeroplane that was recording it, which was live on TV, and I will bring all that up in the video that I'm making. And then it followed the aeroplane back to Christchurch, and I'm like, no way. And you would never guess too, because I also have a Cherokee elder that was told by her elders to go find specific people, specific souls that come straight from Pleiades. And she found me in a crowd in Byron Bay, and then a year later pulled me out of another crowd and said, I'll be working with you. And I did. I ended up working with her for quite some time, for a few years. And she was sent by her elders to find specific people from Pleiades. Now, at the end of the documentary, absolutely blew my mind. Like, the documentary was straight up just on the Kaikoura event. But for some reason, this man that did this documentary, he put an image of Pleiades at the end to like end the film, like a Pleiades star system. And I'm like, you're kidding me, because the being that I saw that night, that I actually thought it was my father at the time, because I was young, and anyway, another story right there. I felt he was Pleiadian. So yeah, just all these synchronicities that are all coming together. I'm really, really excited where this is going to go, because I'm off to New York to channel live on stage now. Everything's just coming together, and now that I'm going to New York to channel live and be there for whatever reasons my team is taking me to, just really getting interesting. So I thought I'd leave you guys with that.